everybody, it's John here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Dead Rising, grabbing the full set achievement. This is to complete your notebook. You do that by finding every single survivor and psychopath in the game. We will also be trying to rescue them as well as get their photos so we can get those achievements as well. Once you start up the game and land on the roof, make sure you take a picture of Carlito when you are in the entrance plaza for the first time, and this is before the zombies break in. Make sure you get pictures of all these people. So get the 3 at the door, get the old lady by the fountain, and then just get everyone else along the main hallway. So you got these 2 guys right here. You got Todd, and then piece of crap Brian with his little shotgun. So I get those 2, and then we got these 2 right here. Got Valerie and Dana, and there we go. And now you got Mark here, who's swinging his baseball bat around like he wants to fight. So get him, and then finally get these 2 right here, Alan and Kathy. You should be on your way to getting 10 people right here in terms of photographs, so you should get an achievement for that right before these 2. So get that. As soon as you're finished up, touch the items right here, which is going to start the cutscene. You end up back at the safe house. Make sure you get a picture of Otis before you leave. Then you can head into the security room to get Jesse's photo, but you can get this anytime you want, but might as well knock it out here. So she's going to be sitting down at the monitors right here. Alright, once you leave the vent, you are going to have your first couple of survivors you can rescue. You have Jeff right here. Make sure you talk to him. He says he lost his wife or something, so go get his wife. We've done this like a million times before in order to get the Artiste achievement, because this is your first high-scoring photo opportunity. So run around the warehouse and then find Natalie. They should hug it out. You can take a picture of them hugging it out if you don't have that achievement already, but make sure you get both of their individual pictures, because you have that achievement to worry about, which is to photograph I think it's 40 or 50 survivors, something like that. So just make sure every time you find a survivor, make sure you get their photograph. So once you take those 2 back to the safe house, we're going to continue on with the main mission. Head to the food court and make sure you get Brad's picture. This is during the sniper duel with Carlito. As soon as he goes down, Brad's going to take you back to the entrance plaza to go get Dr. Barnaby at the bookstore. So once you wrap that up, or you can do this in the middle of it like I am, you want to head up to the 2nd floor. There should be a group of zombies on the left side of the 2nd floor, all congregated around this clothing store. It's going to be called Off the Wall, I believe, or In the Closet, or something like that. It's like a skateboarding store. So make sure you clear out the zombies, and inside is going to be a secret survivor. Secret in the terms of he doesn't have a mission based after him. He's going to be behind all those boxes. Make sure you clear them out, and then he should run on out, and then he'll see all the zombies, and then just talk to him, and then he'll join up with you. Then you have to lug this guy all the way back to the safe house, which is a huge pain because he's super duper slow and it's early on in the game. So make sure you babysit him and get used to it, because you have to babysit most of the survivors in this game. Alright, after taking him back to the safe house, we are going to leave, and you're going to start your first side mission, which is going to be up here on the 2nd floor of Paradise, and you're going to meet Kent. This guy is a huge pain to deal with because he has a 3-part side mission, each on all 3 of the separate days. So you have to do all 3 of them in order to rescue a survivor. You can also kill him early, but then you'll miss the survivor he's based after. Alright, so for the first mission, you just have to take his photo while he's crouching, and then you have to take a photo of him while he's doing his signature pose, which is him putting his fist in the air. So make sure you get those 2. As soon as you get those 2, you can start up the 2nd side mission, which is Barricade Pair. This is in the Al Fresca Plaza. You're going to head into this shoe store that's all barricaded up. Talk to Bert. He's going to whack us with the baseball bat. Make sure you're unarmed and just punch him out until he stops. And that should get these 2 guys to join us. And that might take a while, but make sure you're unarmed because we don't want to accidentally kill these fools. So just do that. He'll lighten up and join up, and then we can start the next side mission after talking to them and getting their picture. The next one is also in the Al Fresca Plaza. It's called A Mother's Lament. It's at the jewelry store right across the street, so head on over there and then talk to Leia, who lost her baby, sadly, and we have to carry her. And the hardest part about this mission is trying to get her to jump over the damn jewelry case. So just keep talking to her. I sent those two guys off somewhere safe because she has a pretty long conversation. But once she joins us, we can leave. Alright, by now it should be nighttime, so at 6 p.m. on the first day, if you step out onto Leisure Park, the convicts will come out, which means Sophie's going to be running around here. So you have to chase her down and then talk to her before the convicts can get to her. And of course, you can always kill the convicts and steal their car in order to get the carjacker achievement, but we've already covered that. So once Sophie joins up, we are going to take her back to the safe house with all these people. Now we're going to hit up the Wonderland Plaza for the Out of Control side mission. This is going to be our first Psychopath fight. So head to the Space Rider ride in the middle of the plaza. You want to be on the side that has the control panel, which is the one with the bridge right here. So hit the control panel. That should start the fight with Adam. Make sure you take his picture because there is an achievement to photograph 10 psychopaths. So once you get him, just try to fight him. He's the only psychopath that can block the Mega Buster. So instead of taking like 3 shots, it'll take like 10 to 20, and he'll roll out of the way. But he goes down easy if you have the laser sword, if you did the 5-day and 7-day survivor and got that. But even with the Mega Buster, he still goes down easy. It's just going to take a pretty long time because he blocks all the shots. But once he goes down, you can loot him for the small chainsaw, which is the 3rd best weapon in the game. And make sure you stop the ride by hitting the control panel. That should give you access to the next survivor, who is Greg, and just follow him. He should open up a shortcut in the bathroom which connects Wonderland to Paradise. Make sure you get his picture as well, and then take him back to Paradise, which puts you right next to the safe house, so you have an easier time of taking survivors back. Alright, once you get him squared away, head back to Wonderland and then head to the bookstore on the 2nd floor. You should see these 2 Japanese guys. Pick up this book right here. It's going to be in the corner behind the counter. That will allow you to speak Japanese, and then you can talk to them and then recruit them to come back with you to the safe house. So make sure you get those 2 out of the way. And that's another 2 down. Alright, now you should get another side mission called Shadow of the North Plaza. Once you're here, we're going to take a little detour first. There's actually a hidden Psychopath boss fight in the gun store. So from the entrance, you want to head this way. Just follow the hallway. There's some coffee creamer here, which is a good healing item. You want to follow it until you get to the fork. There should be a sign here that says Hunting Store this way. You want to follow said sign. So just go down this hallway, and once you get to the end, open up the gun shop. There's going to be a pretty tough fight in here, so make sure you heal up. So head on inside. You should fight Cletus, the gun shop owner. He's really tough because he likes to shoot you with a shotgun and then heal up by drinking his infinite supply of wine. So what I recommend doing is, if you have the Mega Buster, just stand back and pick him off. But the best thing to do is to hide behind those rotating signs, because his shotgun blast can't shoot past them. Make sure you get his picture, as always, but this guy doesn't give you too much room to land any offense in, and is definitely a tough fight, especially if you don't have the Mega Buster. So just hide behind the sign. Once he reloads, just run up to him and then blast him in the face, and that should take care of him. Alright, with him out of the way, just continue on with the Shadow of the North Plaza side mission. That should take you to this empty store, kind of close-ish to the grocery store, and just talk to David, and then he should join you. Make sure you get his picture as well, and then take him back to the safe house. This should start up the next main mission, which is called Medicine Run. This is after doing Brad's thing, where you have to take him to go fight Carlito again in the entrance plaza, and then he gets hurt or something, and then you have to go get medicine for him, which takes you to the grocery store, which causes the story mission boss fight against Steven, the manager. But make sure you take his picture as well as Isabella's picture, so get those 2 in the same frame if you can. Then take out Steven, just pick him off. He's like any other Psychopath boss fight. Just use the Mega Buster and you should be good. And that'll make another Psychopath defeated. Make sure you get the medicine and then take that back to Brad. Along the way, you can head through Wonderland Plaza, because remember, we have the shortcut right now, which takes us back to Paradise anyways, so this is way faster than going through Leisure Park. But on the way, you should get another side mission called Lovers. This should take you to a shoe store on the 2nd floor of Wonderland. So I like doing this while going back to give Brad his medicine. So just head on to the shoe store. It's called Run Like the Winds. You can look up your map if you need any help. But head back here. Then you have a couple, and they like to talk, so they're going to talk. Halfway through the conversation, this dude's going to ask you for a gun. Make sure you don't give him a gun, or else he'll blow his brains out, and that will make one survivor less we can rescue. If you keep talking to him, eventually he'll let you carry him back to the safe house, so make sure you do that, and you'll be good. Alright, once you leave the safe house, this is a little bit after that. This is after giving the dude the medicine. You are going to head out here. This girl is going to be attacked. I recommend having a queen on hand so you can just take out all the zombies in one blow. Make sure you talk to her. She'll say that she's missing her twin sister, who's going to be in the store, so just hop in the store and then talk to the twin sister. Twin sister will say some stuff, but eventually they should, come along. And these two are super close to the safe house, so just take them to said safe house and rescue them. Once you head back to the safe house, make sure you get a photo of Jessie like this. You want to frame her in the frontal manner and try to get an erotic score of 1,000. The reason for this is we need this for the second mission with Kent, which takes place at noon of the second day. So make sure you keep an eye on the clock because you have to be in Paradise Plaza exactly at noon. So until then, we're going to kill some time and then head to the hardware store in the North Plaza and fight Clint, the Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger combo. Make sure you kill him. He has a machete and likes to slice us up. But make sure you just blast him like any other psychopath with a good old cheap Mega Buster. But he should give you an empty store key, which should open up the store right next door. And there are 3 survivors in there. So just make sure you rescue them and get their photo as well. And that's pretty simple. Get those 3, and we are 3 survivors richer in this game. Alright, while taking these fools back, you should be at 11 o'clock right now. At 11, the Jill's sandwich place will have a guy who's going to demand some food. I recommend having some food on hand. The best source of food is going to be snacks. There are snacks by the fountain on Paradise Plaza on the first floor. You can also head upstairs to the coffee shop and get some pie, and those are going to be your 2 best sources of food for this guy. So make sure you get his picture. Talk to him. He's going to ask for food, so go get the food once again. Snacks at the fountain right here, and pie on the 2nd floor in case you can't find the snacks or you ate them yourself. But there is the snack right next to the bench. There's one on the right side of the steps to the fountain also, so just make sure you get one of those and then give it to him and then feed him, and then he should join us, and then we can head all the way back to the safe house with all 4 of these guys and be one step closer to getting those achievements. You also need to make sure you rescue this guy because he's a very important key to the Transmissionary achievement, because he has a mutiny mission later on, which obviously you need towards getting all of the Otis calls. But once you head back out to Paradise, it should be noon. At noon, Kent should come running down here, and make sure you talk to him. And he's going to ask for that photo that we took. So give him the photo of Jessie. Make sure it says erotica and the PP is above 1,000. And you should be good in terms of this mission. And that sets up the next Kent mission on day 3. Alright, so head back to the safe house. Barnaby should be awake, so you can get his picture in the little side room. And then once you head back out to Paradise, that should start the Cultist storyline. So you have to rescue Jennifer. Make sure you take out all of the Psychopath dudes, all the Raincoat Cultists. Make sure you take them out from a distance, because there's another achievement to beat the game without getting knocked out, and they are one of 2 enemies that can knock you out, so make sure you just pick them off at a distance. Open up the box to rescue Jennifer, and then we'll have another survivor on our hands. Then we are going to head to the Al Fresca Plaza to finish up the Coward side mission. I did this pretty last minute, which is why I had to drag Jennifer along, but talk to this guy. He's going to refuse to go with us until you hit him once, so I like throwing a box at him to get him going, and once you do that, he should come along for the ride. So make sure you throw something at him, because it's really hard to punch him because he's crouching, so just aim and throw something at him. Throw a box or the frying pan, something that won't kill him, but eventually he should join up and take him back to Paradise. Once everyone's back, we're going to wait a bit. This is the next day, as you can see. This is on our way to Wonderland to do the Above the Law psychopath fight. Before you do that, there's actually 2 hidden survivors here hanging on the rabbit right here. This is on the food court side of the Wonderland Plaza. Make sure you clear out all the zombies. I recommend having a bunch of queens with you. That helps out a bit. If not, you can always chainsaw them to death. But you need to pick up 2 non-lethal weapons. So you can use like food or hunks of meat you find. Anything that doesn't do too much damage, you can just throw it at them and they should drop down, and then you can talk to them to rescue them. But make sure you get those 2. Don't shoot them down, just get non-lethal weapons and just throw it at them. Make sure you get their pictures as well, and make sure you rescue them before moving on to the next psychopath boss fight. And I recommend putting them somewhere safe during that fight, obviously, so they don't get, brutalized. But that's just the common Dead Rising sense. Just leave your survivors out of psychopath fights because they will get destroyed. Alright, once those 2 are somewhere safe, head up to the 2nd floor and head to the lovely fashion house. You'll fight Joe the cop here. Make sure you get her photo and then murderize her. She's a pretty easy fight because she just has a stun gun and a pistol, so just back up and then shoot. And then once she goes down, you get 4 of the survivors. You should also get another achievement for defeating your 5th psychopath. That's going to be called Peacekeeper for 20. So get that. As soon as you defeat her, you should get the handcuff key so you can free all these ladies. There are 4 of them, so make sure you rescue all 4 of them. And then you should be good. Kay is going to take some damage in the fight because Joe puts the stun gun in her, so make sure you try to heal her up if you have any food or anything. And then just take all these people back to the store. You can also get 1 big group shot, which helps out for that achievement. But take everyone back to the safe house, and by now, Ronald should start his mutiny. Make sure you get that call for Transmissionary. He's going to ask you for some food, so just bring him any type of food. I gave him some frozen vegetables I found in the warehouse in a box, and that should avert the mutiny. You definitely need this towards the Saint achievement, because if he mutinies, he'll take like 5 survivors away from you. You also need his mission, obviously, for the Transmissionary achievement, because Otis has to call you and tell you that he's mutinying, I guess. But once you're done with that, you should get a bunch of missions in the entrance plaza. The first one's going to be called Mark of the Sniper. Head over there. You should fight 3 psychopaths at once, the Sniper family. Just get their picture. If you can, try to get it in 1 shot like that. If not, just get closer and just snap their pic. And just pick them off from a distance, or you can get close and personal, which is probably easier because they can't shoot you. And just take them out one by one, and that should be 3 psychopaths to our psychopath count. So highly recommend doing this mission. But once they go down, head back to the make-up store at the top of the escalator and stairs, and there should be the guy that we're trying to hunt down. His name is Wayne. Just talk to him. He won't join you until all the snipers are dealt with. So just talk to him. He runs out. He's like, "Where are the snipers?" And you're like, "I killed them." And he's like, "Okay." And then he'll just join you. That's pretty cool. But once you get him, we are going to head on to Ned's Knickknackery, which is going to be on the 2nd floor. It's right next to where the snipers were. And there should be an old man here. Just talk to him. He likes to talk, so you're going to be here for a couple of minutes. But once he's done talking, we have to carry him back to the safe house. And once you get him, head back to the 1st floor and then head to the store called Grandma's Kids. It's going to be on the right side. You meet a woman named Jolie there, and she's going to tell you to go find her friend. So you're like, "I'm going to go find your friend." And then once you leave the store, she should join you because she's like, "Don't leave me alone." So we're not going to leave her alone, and then just take her with us and grab her friend who's going to be back on the 2nd floor. So there's a lot to do. Luckily, the entrance plaza has no zombies on the 2nd floor at all, which is a pretty cool thing. So head up to the 2nd floor, head up to the store called Lady's Place. You have this girl named Rachel. Make sure you have Jolie with you, because if you don't, she'll run away. And after a lot of talking, Jolie should join us, and then just take all those foos back to the safe house, and we could start up the Isabella missions in the North Plaza. Eventually, you have to come back here at, I think, 8 p.m. It's a mission called A Promised Isabella, and on the way here, you should meet a guy named Kindle. He's the guy with the shotgun. Now, this is another one you definitely need to rescue, because he also has a mutiny mission, which is obviously a big part of the Transmissionary achievement. So make sure you get him. Once you take his picture, you should get the Census Taker achievement, because he should be the 50th photograph if you've been photographing all the other survivors. So he should be the last one you need. If you don't have it yet, obviously you have to keep photographing survivors until you get that achievement. Alright, then Floyd's going to start his mission, which is to bring him some wine. So make sure you bring him some wine. Once again, it's part of the Transmissionary achievement to answer all of Otis's calls. So when Otis calls you to get Floyd some wine, make sure you get Floyd some wine. This should start the next day cycle, which has you going to the movie theater to fight the cult leader. So make sure you get his picture. He should be the 10th psychopath, so you should get an achievement for photographing him. Once he goes down, make sure you rescue all of the survivors. There are 5 of them, I believe. So this one is a huge pain, but they give you a lot of time to do it. You pretty much have all night to lug these guys from the theater all the way to the safe house. So make sure you do that, but it should be the start of the 3rd day, so there are a ton of zombies from here all the way back to the safe house. So keep that in mind while you're taking all these guys back. But there's going to be 4 tied down to chairs, and then 1 in the closet. You can't rescue the one in the closet until you get the key from the cult leader. But the one in the closet has another Transmissionary achievement because she has a side mission later on. But you can get this book, which makes all of your followers a lot stronger and more willing to stay with you instead of, hiding from the zombies. So make sure you get that before leaving. That helps out a bunch with every survivor in this game, but you get it way late, so it's kind of whatever. So take all those fools back to the safe house and then head to the food court. This is another secret survivor. You're going to meet Gil here, the alcoholic. Talk to him. He won't come with us, so we're just going to abandon him. Once you get to the staircase, he's going to ask you to come back. So come back and talk to him, and then he should join up because, because he's an alcoholic, I guess. But just talk to him, and we'll take him back to the safe house as well. Alright, once you head back to the safe house, we are going to leave the vent again. Make sure you take a picture of the air duct, so just snap a photo. It should say air duct PP sticker, so once you get that, we're going to head all the way back to the North Plaza. This should be, I think, 11 a.m. you can do this. Head back to the hunting store, and there should be 3 people in there who will gun us down, basically. So open up, and don't walk too far, because you're just going to die. So just inch your way forward, and they should pull out their guns, and then gun us down. Then you want to try to get your bearings together and leave the store. So just leave in the middle of the gunfight. And then one of them should come running towards us and then talk to us. So talk to him. He should give us a long spiel about trust or something. But he's going to eventually ask you for a photo of the air duct. Since we already took it, we can just save a bunch of time and just show it to him right now. So once you do that, all 3 of them should join up. And one of them is super fast, and the other 2 are super slow, so you kind of have to, take your time with walking. But try your best to rescue all of them. And once you get back, you should start the long-haired punk mission. I think this is at noon or 1 o'clock on the 3rd day. That has you going to the Wonderland Plaza and then fighting the pyromaniac. His name is Paul. Make sure you get his photo, and then just take him out from a distance. And he just runs around and throws Molotovs and pipe bombs like CM Punk, I guess. But just take him out. And then you should start another cutscene right here. Make sure you grab the fire extinguisher and then put him out. He's going to be on fire. This is actually a psychopath you can rescue because he turns over to the good side as long as you put out his fire. So just grab the fire extinguisher, stand about that far away from him, and then just spray him down. And talk to him. He should get up. I recommend healing him because the fire should have taken away like half of his health. Once he's all better, open up the dressing room to rescue his 2 victims, and that should be 3 survivors you can take back. So get all 3 of them, and then head back to the safe house. And you can actually start a secret survivor mission if you got the timing right. I think this is maybe half an hour later, but in the play area right here, you have an old woman named Susan standing on the soccer ball. I recommend using a queen to take out all of the zombies. Hop up and then talk to her, and then she should join us. And I happened to do this pretty late, so the next side mission started, so I had another survivor in the Wonderland Plaza, but he's going to be in the makeup store right across the way. So just head in there. It's called Estelle's Friendly Cosmetics, and then talk to Leroy. He's going to tell you some stuff with his nice overalls. But talk to him and then lead all 5 of these people back, which is a huge pain. But once you get everyone back, just go over here. Kindle should start his mutiny thing, but his is super easy. All you have to do is just talk to him and then calm him down. But once again, this is a big part of both achievements, Saint and Transmissionary. Saint because you don't want people leaving, and Transmissionary because you need to do all the side missions. So, you have to be in the Paradise Plaza exactly at noon. If you are like a minute late, you'll miss this. But once you're there, you can start up the Kent Psychopath fight. So, fight him, and this is the only way you can get Tad, and this is where I actually got my full set achievement because I messed up and had to do another playthrough. But make sure you're exactly here at noon. So, keep an eye on your watch. This is more important than the other side missions because this one has an exact time window to rescue Tad. But defeat Kent, he goes down really easy, and then just untie Tad and then take him back to the safe house. And the last survivor you can rescue, this is on the 3rd day, I think at 3. Just head to the CD store. This is back in Paradise. Talk to Simone. She's going to tell you she's bit, and then just rescue her. This is also important to the Transmissionary achievement because she has one of those missions as well. So once you take her back, head back to Paradise and take out all these cop zombies in the pool right here. And you want to look for a handgun because Simone's going to ask you for a handgun later on, which is, once again, part of the Transmissionary achievement to fulfill her request. So once you get that mission, just head on back to the safe house and then look for her and then give her the handgun, and that should be good. Once you get that out of the way, we're just going to play the main story mission, which leads us to a psychopath boss fight against Abdullah the Butcher in the maintenance tunnels. So head on there. I think this is like case 8, I think, 8-1. Make sure you get a photo of him, and then take him out. And Carlito's down here too, so you can get Carlito's photo, because he's going to die. Spoilers. But this guy goes down pretty easily. Just stand back and shoot him. Mega Buster makes the whole game a piece of cake. Alright, so once you get that, your last side mission is going to be Cheryl's request, which is why we had to rescue her. You should get your Transmissionary achievement after getting the mission notification. She's going to ask you to take photos of her, and just do that, and that should be the last side mission. So you should get all the achievements once you beat the game for rescuing all the survivors. You should get the full set because you should have met all the survivors, and you should get all the photos. And that's all there is to it.